And there we go. And we're live. Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. It is deadline evening. Just turn that down a bit. Last thing you need to see is me close up at this time of night, isn't it? And we'll get a bit of news, bit of update news. I'm just waiting my fire sticks just stopped. We'll get a bit of update news. Don't know what that was. Let me just double check everything. So I think the story from earlier, it hasn't been verified. I can't get it verified, and I don't think that there is much meat to the bone to that story regarding Matthias. So it looks like he will be staying at Brøndby. Why is the television went kaput, as they say? Just at the wrong time. Just at the wrong time. Just what I didn't really need. Analytics. Yeah, everything. Baz is back. Yeah, man, Baz, we're all busting with disappointment starts. Start the stream. We are started. Let me just get back onto this. So there is one deal done tonight. Celtic have done one deal. It's the one. I'm off. Load of shite. This. See you later, Dave. See you later. See you in the morning. You don't need to tell us. You just go. You don't need to tell us. I heard he was going to Celtic Vigo. Yeah, John. I think that story was wide of the mark. I did see that story was coming out of Spain. There's a new notification. That's not that one. Let me just jump back on here. There was a story coming out of Spain that he was going to Celtic Vigo, but haven't done a bit of digging for it. I'm going to go back onto the account. I don't rate it. I mean, it is a guy that is in. Nah, he's never put anything else out an hour ago. Brøndby. He's put out another one about Brøndby and Matthias. But I'm not buying it. I'm not buying this at all. Just translate this. Everything agreed for the player to arrive in Spain. Not a chance. Not a chance. If it does happen, Celtic Vigo will raise their. Not a chance. Not a chance. They're trying to get him. Celtic Vigo are trying to get Matthias Fitzgarden. They are trying to get him according to this, but I think it's too little, too late. They're trying to get a. Nah, it's not going to. I will keep an eye on this, but I don't. I'm not too sure. I'll keep an eye on this guy. With regards to this one, we'll open a new tab. We'll keep an eye on this one just to see how it goes over the next hour or so. But I can't see it. Anyway, and if it does happen, it's one that Celtic have lost out on. But the money involves now nine. It's up to 9. It was 7 million euros earlier. It's up to 9 million euros. I think they're trying to get him on the cheap. I think they've been watching Celtic and they've just went in cheaper than Celtic to try and get the player. But I'm not too sure about that. They're away down to London to watch the. It would have been a slap in the face if Mateo did go to Celtic Vigo for 7.5. Yeah, it would have been. Brøndby won't sell unless it's ends from they wanted 14 million for Celtic. Yep. Who's Jeffrey Schlupp? He's a player that's he's played in a lot of positions over the years. Why is Jesus recents? Just when you're not wanting to tell it to freeze. Brendan's targets are higher price. Worst club, better league. Yeah, worst club, better league, but I can't see him really going there. Hopefully he doesn't. As we're going back to where I was. The thing is, there's no solid speculation about a striker. And that's kind of worrying for me. Dortmund. I tell you one thing. There's a lot of players getting sold for the price that Celtic would be looking to buy players, and I'm talking about the 3-4 million bracket. There's a lot of activity today. There's another one coming out of Spain. Why did? Interesting. It's just the Jeffrey Schlupp. Done. Rangers have done and dusted. All they're doing today is bringing in a pre-contract agreement. So the mob across the city, nothing to worry about with them whatsoever. Desmond has concluded business for the night and is getting his moustache groomed. Every chance of that. Celtic getting Schlupp and going for a player like Inchko. Yeah, it's a big kick in the teeth to fans. Don't get me started, Jermo. I think that. Do you know? I've said it before. I have said it before on the lives. I don't know why Celtic take so long to get any kind of business concluded. Any kind is Celtic agreed deal, waiting on medical. The medical's taking place in London. So when we look at the way that the transfer window has went, I think we all are in a bit of disbelief the way that we look back to the summer window, and Brendan Rodgers said then that Celtic took far too long. To get deals done. And the fact that we're mucking about again at the end of the transfer window, there's 2 hours to go, 2 hours and 3 minutes to go till the end of deadline day. And the likes of Aston Villa signing players. Porto. Don't know. There's lots of clubs signing players, and I just think that Celtic. I don't know what it is. I just have no idea what it is with Celtic. They just seem to be hanging back, and I don't know if there's been activity within the hierarchy at Celtic trying to get deals on the cheap, or trying to attract players that do not want to come to Celtic. The first thing that Celtic should be doing, come with any transfer, is go back to the way that Ange Postecoglou done it. The first person that should be in touch with the player is Brendan Rodgers. And the first question that Brendan Rodgers should be doing is phoning the player and saying, do you want to come to Celtic? Would you come to Celtic? Do you want to come to Celtic and play in Scotland? And if the answer is no, it's shut down there and then. Shut it down and move on to the next player. I think that has to be the way that it's done. I mean, it's the way that Alex Ferguson would do it. It's the way that Ange Postecoglou done it. And Brendan, we thought, did that. I mean, he spoke about the conversations he had with Jota. But is that further down the line? Is that further down the line once the deal's done? I think Brendan, if he's got any balls at all, needs to start just picking up the phone to players, like he does with Kieran Tierney, when he met Kieran Tierney down in London back in the beginning of December. You know, you have the conversation with the player first. One, would you come to Celtic and play in Scotland? And if the answer is yes, you then see about putting bids in. It's as simple as that. I mean, don't say it doesn't happen, because of course it happens. It's modern football. For fans, it is disgrace. Penny pinching, Baz. That's what they do. Yeah, it is penny pinching. Kyogo needs replacing. A disgrace if it's not tonight. He will be replaced in some kind of manner tonight. Will it be with Johnny Kenny or a loan player? Now, bringing in a loan player at this late stage, Paul Tisdale was brought in to oversee the football department. He was meant to give Brendan Rodgers a dossier of players that we could get at the club. Now, if that dossier of players are players that have no interest in coming to Scotland, the clubs are not interested in selling, and then you have to put questions to Brendan Rodgers. Well, what is Paul Tisdale doing? What is Michael Nicholson doing that's holding up transfer talks? Danny Ings is decent. Danny Ings is decent. Is he a replacement for? Is he really a replacement for Kyogo? This is the big question. He might be a decent player, but when you've had a player like Kyogo and you sell a player like Kyogo, I think that the last thing that Celtic want is someone that's not. I mean, Brendan Rodgers always goes on about quality, and the fact that if we do get him from West Ham, it looks like that's why Brendan Rodgers is down there. Maybe they're down there to try and do a double deal, get more money for Daniel Cummins. Daniel Cummins would have obviously have had to travel down today, you would have thought, even though they've signed him on a pre-contract agreement. If any deal was going to go through today, he would have to travel down today. Now, there's no speculation that he has. Now, bringing in a 32-year-old after selling Kyogo, who was 30, and he was prolific. He was prolific, but I'm not too sure. I just think that if Celtic do bring somebody like that in, it's a case of they're bringing them in to just cover us till the end of the season, which is not what Celtic we thought that we were going to do. We thought that Celtic would go down the route of trying to make us a better team, and that just filling a gap to the summer. Now, maybe you could say, like, bringing in this centre forward from England is a good piece of business to the end of the season, you know. But it's bringing in a loan. Do you know? It is bringing in a loan, and I just think that Celtic seem to have gone backwards with regards to transfers at the club. They do seem to have gone backwards. Fans rightly not happy with the window. Expect a statement. Say next week, which includes a record profit. Yeah, bringing in players which should have been done and dusted by now. It's embarrassing. I wouldn't say it's embarrassing. I say there's a lot of business going on today. There is a lot of business, but the business is getting concluded earlier in the day. The fact that Celtic are still mucking about at this time of night tells me that this isn't first choice striker. It's not first choice left back. You're getting down a list. You're getting to the bottom of the list, and they've tried to pursue first choice up until a certain point, and then once that doesn't happen, they're then ticking a tick box process. Who can we get in? Who can we in? And then they're then rushing about, phoning people and saying, "Can we speak to this guy? Can you speak to this guy?" The lad Miller needs signing tonight. If Brendan Rodgers and co are down in London, as Brendan was pictured, I can't see us signing anyone from Scotland tonight. I can't see us signing anyone from Scotland tonight. And signs were done, 4.5 million, 10k salary in a week. No wonder they were quick. Well, they seem to have worked to a certain extent, and Stuart Ramsey's in the house. Even Baz, we can't be that big a draw if we can't attract players. The league doesn't help either. So Schlupp is the only player so far. Yes, he is. He is that. He's the only player so far, with less than 2 hours to go. With less than 2 hours to go to the end of the transfer window. To the end of the transfer window. He's been shafted by West Ham before. I have no idea about the player. I tend not to watch so much of English football, so the fact that he's 32 tells me that the fact that we're going for it, get him on loan, says everything that I need to know about Celtic just now. I just want our season over, says Dave Morton. Yeah, we've got a lot. There's a lot of football. Apparently, Miller was about to fly to Europe in Serie A, and Motherwell blocked it. I don't believe that, Ollie. I don't believe that. Considering the guy's still injured. Considering the guy's still injured. Shut at 11. Then the window. Scrambling around as usual. Shocking behaviour. Dembele, please. Shop and Jota pre-contract. KT. Schlupp isn't on a pre-contract. Schlupp's just on a loan to the end of the season. Jota will get in. Pre-contract for Kieran Tierney. Harold Bratback is thinking about it. Harold Bratback would need to think about it. We signed this guy. Finding that's not even funny. Remember Hammer's last con job? A jetty. Yeah, exactly. The last time they sold us a player, it was 5 million down the drain, wasn't it? I wouldn't be going near anything from West Ham. They totally done us over with that one. We managed to get a best swap in history. We never got a swap. We paid 8 million. So we're basically 2 million to the good. We got Jota plus 2 million in cash. You can look at it that way. KT coming home, great piece of business. Says Simas. Too old, plus he's on 125 grand a week. I think it's all about how much Celtic are going to pay. It is all about how much Celtic are going to pay. A minute, there's a couple of notifications. God, it's even that bad. Kilmarnock are closing in on a Leicester City centre back. That's nothing for the Celtic. What's that as? Let's see this. Let's see Daniel, and see what is he sits at 1.77 meters high. He was once sold for around about 29 million, I believe. There we go. From Southampton back to Aston Villa, and then Aston Villa sold him to West Ham at a loss. Oh, that's all we need. And if he's coming in as a striker, he scored a total of 15 goals. Danny Ings. Crystal Palace. Leicester City. Good evening, Angling Ayrshire. How are you? Jota was coming in anyway. Kyogo should not have been allowed to leave this summer. Crazy by Celtic. There's a lot of things. Have Norwich got any 10 million bargains? Any 10 million bargains? Yeah, there's a thing. Is the Celta Vigo rumour true? He didn't want to come to Celtic. Sarah, I can't find anyone. It is an account that's coming out of Spain. It is an account that's coming out of Spain and coming out of Vigo. But I don't think that deal's going to happen. The money that they're talking isn't enough. He's now saying it's 9 million euros. But I cannot see that deal happening. The only worry for me is that Brøndby are currently training quite close to Celta Vigo. So they're just up the coast. The Brøndby are just up, maybe that's the speculation that he's going with. The fact that Brøndby are currently at a winter training camp not far from Vigo, just across the border in Portugal. So maybe that's why that story is doing the rounds. But there is also talk of a Celta Vigo striker going to Como. And you know that Como have been in the market for players in this window. There's another notification just came through. Aberdeen are selling a player for 700 grand. Good bit of business for Aberdeen, getting some more money in. Oh, for fuck's sake, they've got Boyd on the telly. Man boob Boyd. He's obviously flew down to London for tonight's show. Oh, come on, Celtic, do something. No more signings for us. There has to be at least one more signing. Joseph Davidson says there's no more signing. There has to be one more signing because Celtic would come out and say that business has been concluded. Celtic have not said that they're concluding. They've not said. The team across the city have said that they have concluded business for the evening. Let's see what's coming out of. So, I mean, there's Aston Villa. Aston Villa they've just brought in Rashford. And there's a difference between a team that want to progress and that are trying to do utmost to progress in the Champions League. They went and brought in Rashford and then with an option to buy for 40 million. And they're still at this stage of the transfer windows trying to go out and buy players. Where Celtic are mucking about. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Because they're skint and we're no. Yeah, they are skint. Danny Ings on his game as a cracking striker. Granted, he's off the boil. But West Ham have been all over the place since Moyle has left. He's 32-year-old, Jack. Is he really a replacement for Kyogo? Paying 75% of his wages. We missed a great player in Mavovsky for Aberdeen. That one was last season. We brought in Adam Ida. You know, it's the difference. We brought in Adam Ida. Braz will probably say it at 10.50. I hope they would just say it just now so we can all get done and dusted. If they're not signing for no striker, would Brendan Rodgers walk? Aston Villa have more money coined for the last 8. That helps. It does that. They get an extra 9-odd million. And that's the difference between automatically qualifying for the last 8 of the Champions League. The way that they've done it. I mean, they're guaranteed 9 million extra in the bank right now. Celtic could have been there. Celtic announced a couple of deals last minute for dramatic effect. Martin, even Baz, some things never changed. How can there be a lack of activity for a striker when Rodgers has known for months that Kyogo was going to leave? I think that Celtic put all their eggs in the one basket. I think that Celtic did put all their eggs in the one basket and hoping that Mateus deal would get done. And the fact that they've been in dialogue with Brøndby for a couple of years now. They've been in dialogue with Brøndby since 2023. So you would think that it would be an easy bit of business to get done. But once again, it's halfway through their season and they're thinking, we're not doing anything. We're not selling our best player until we're ready to sell him. And Celtic should have known that. You know, these are the type of conversations that should happen early on in negotiations. It shouldn't be a case of how much do you want for him, and then Celtic go in with a low ball offer, and then just for them to wait and say the club say no, we're not selling him just now. You know, if Celtic really need to change the way that we're negotiating. Brøndby saw what Norwich done and thought they could do the same, pretty much. I'm more happy with Dyson up front. If you put Dyson up front, you're short of wingers. We need another winger. You know, people saying that play Dyson through the middle. We spoke about this on other videos. If you play Dyson through the middle, right? Say you play Adam Ida up front, and then you play Dyson through the middle, right? You're then we're now short of a winger as backup. We don't have a winger as backup. You're going to play Jota for 90 minutes. You're going to play Kuhn for 90 minutes. No, you're not. They'll not last 90 minutes every single game between now and the end of the season. That leaves us with Yang. If you're playing Dyson through the middle, right? And you bring off Adamida in the 70th minute, and then you put Dyson Maida on for the remaining bits of the game. You've then got Yang sitting on the bench as their only winger. It doesn't matter if we bring in a striker, or we need to bring in a striker and a winger tonight. Allowing Louis Palmer to go out on loan has made the bench weak. People have got it in their heads that we've got a strong squad. We've not got a strong squad. The squad is weaker. And don't say that Brendan Rodgers likes working with a smaller squad. Do you know, that's just nonsense. The squad is currently weaker. People will not fear the bench. You look over the last couple of seasons, Celtic benches were a bench to be feared. And you would look at the bench, and at the beginning of this season, we had a bench that could come on and make massive changes to games. As it stands just now, we've got a bench that it doesn't put the fear of God into people. That's Aberdeen confirming. Come on, Celtic. A squad is decimated from last year. It is. Love it, it is. It's decimated. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We've got James Forrest as well, Baz. Yeah, we've got James Forrest, but he's a winger. He's a winger. If you look at the midfield, he's classed as a winger. When you look at the midfielders on the Celtic website, our midfielders are Luke McCowan, Arlie Engels, Paolo Bernardo, Rio Hatate, Callum McGregor and James Forrest. That's your midfield players. Do you know, saying that we've got James Forrest, yeah, if you're playing the front three, right, if that's the case, we then need another two players for midfield as backup, because we're then short on midfield players. Either way, the squad is lightweight, very lightweight. And Brendan Rodgers, if you're on about rotation, and Brendan Rodgers has been banging on about squad rotation. We need squad rotation. If we've got 2 more games in the Champions League. We've got the Scottish Cup to play for this month. It's another crazy month for Celtic. So it's another absolute bonkers month when it comes to fixtures. You've got Champions League to play for this month in February, right? We've got Dundee away on Wednesday the 5th. Okay, you've then got Raith Rovers in the Scottish Cup. That'll take care of itself. You should be able to put the B team out for that, but I wouldn't trust anything right now with Celtic. You've then on the 12th of February, you've then got the first game of the Champions League playoffs against FC Bayern Munich. You've then got the first game against Bayern in the Champions League. The 15th of February, just a few days later, we played Dundee United at Celtic Park. Then again on the 18th of February, the Tuesday, we're going from Saturday to Tuesday. Where are you going to get these squad players from for squad rotation? Well, we don't have them. We then go to Germany to play the return leg. And by that, God forbid that we get beat by Raith Rovers and get put out the Scottish Cup. We get beat and put out the Champions League. Our month of February is just turned into a complete nightmare. It won't happen against Raith Rovers. But when you look back to the Falkirk game at the beginning of the season, the Falkirk game, Falkirk put in a good shift against us, and it took us to the second half to make changes to the team because Brendan Rodgers made too many changes. We don't have those players to make the changes with. Then we travel to Easter Road. We travel to Hibs on the 22nd. So we play on the 18th. We then play on the 22nd, where we travel Easter Road to play Hibernian. And then come the end of the month, the 25th, Tuesday the 25th, you're going from playing for the 22nd to the 25th. No time to breathe. No time to breathe at all. We've then got Aberdeen at Celtic Park. It's a mad month, and we don't have the squad players to play 100 minutes. You're talking every game near enough is now a 100-minute game, and we just don't have the players. And that's the shocking reality. We don't get a striker and a midfield player. We're in shite, says Liz. just do updates. Nope. Do you know who is really quiet? It's Stephen McGowan. And Stephen. Now he was pumping his gums about all sorts of players that were coming to Celtic. I mean, he's been on radio silent. I mean, the last thing that he posted about was Kieran Tierney coming to Celtic. And usually he's spot on with... It shows you that Celtic, the fact that there's a lack of information and a lack of speculation more than anything, a lack of speculation. Brøndby. Let me just get this update from Brøndby. They're not selling him. Today's training is underway. 2 hours ago. There's pictures of training from today. No. The thing is, at least in the summer window, we had a bit of speculation about who might be coming in, and we were just waiting for confirmation. At this point, we're all sitting waiting, and there's not even any speculation. We need a striker. If it doesn't happen, a heavy crack in the jaw to the manager and the fans, says Green Smoke. It's Cummins hasn't signed a pre-contract. He has. Cummins has signed a pre-contract. Cummins has signed a pre-contract agreement and he's on his way out the door. Celtic want more money for him. Nicholson needs to read Donald Trump's Art of Deal. Nicholson needs to go, I think, because journalists talk shite. It wasn't really journalists that were talking about Luke McCowan though when that happened. Where's Lanky when you want him? Raging, but deserve better than this, says Liz Brown. 8 games more. GR medal. Schlupp can play as a striker, by the way. Joe, he's played every position. When you look at the stats for him, he's played every single position bar goalkeeper. Trusty makes Tabili looks like Beckenbauer. He does that. Lanky's working for Sky tonight. Yeah, he's in hiding. Because he was the one that was saying we're going to sign this, we're going to sign that, we're going to sign this, and then it's not happening, is it? It's not happening. Evening, Danny. How are you? Ted wants Celtic to be the best Celtic. I think we need to do a little poll, don't we? There's been over 3,000 people on, but time is it? It's about an hour to go, isn't it? 1 hour and 37. When you look at the deals that have been done today across the various leagues down south, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. But Desmond knows how to play the stock exchange. Harry's out with Lanky's out with Harry Redknapp. Lanky is outsourcing a signing. Can people in the comments that put in it saying it's been a good window, put it in the comments why it's been a good window? Because I don't believe that it has been a good window for Celtic. But if you do, if you are no, because to do the poll you would need to be on the comments and they can't comment. If you're in the belief that it's been a good window, tell us why it's been a good window in the comment section. Well, we're having arms are scrambling a bit for a Premiership cannon fodder because of the lack of organisation. Check deal who lacks lots of availability. Stock exchange meltdown. Let's not go there. Absolute embarrassing for the manager. There's no excuse for this. Absolutely shocking. Kaiser's in the house. Kaiser, I'm asking people that have said that it's a good window. What's your thoughts on it? Do you think it's been a good window? Poor window with the marquee signing to keep us happy. Anyone saying it's a good window is off their nut. So I'm saying 15 games left this season. The board dividends has all been good so far. Yep. Those who said it's a good window surely based on the Jota business. That doesn't make it a good window. Baz, do me pay over inflated prices and wait till the summer? I think you'll pay even more on inflated prices in the summer. I'm not sure if it's been a good window yet, but still hoping we get one more in. Do we need more than one? A long night, Baz, for us all. It's an hour and a half to go. The timer is running down. The window closes at 11 here, Baz, so 12 for you. Yep, there is an hour and a half to go. 1 hour 34 minutes to go. We're looking for you for info. Please pull a striker out of Brendan's magic hat. I'm seeing nothing. Everything that that's just the Kelly one. There's nothing out there. Absolutely nothing. People that usually have an ounce of information. There's nothing. I can't find anything of any significance when it comes to. I mean, even it's all went quiet with this Danny Ings one. It's all went quiet with that, unless that one's a done deal, and it's in negotiations. But I mean, how can you still be doing contract negotiations at this time of night? This time of down in London? What are they playing poker? Have they got people locked in a room? And why the need to head down to London? Celtic would declare all business had been concluded, but yes, they would. Rangers have already come out and said it could be concluded. The Danish lad isn't even worth 3 million, he's not. Need another winger and another first team striker? Yes, we do. That's just for starters. We need another defender. If Schlupp comes up, we wouldn't play Taylor. We couldn't even sell him. We're that mad not to have cover. It's embarrassing that we're still having to rely on Greg Taylor when he's going to walk away for nothing. Greg Taylor will walk away from Celtic for nothing, which is something KT and Jota sorted out more in the summer. What you like, for fuck's sake. The squad's weaker, Thomas. I want you to tell us how the squad is stronger. I mean, I've shouted out the squad many times. The squad is not stronger. When you look at the games, and we went over the games. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games to go, and we drop any points in the league, Celtic fans will go absolutely bonkers. We have to win it's a must-win against Dundee. It's a must-win against Raith Rovers. The game against Bayern, the board must be looking at that as a money maker, and that's it. They've no ambition. There's no ambition to even try and beat Bayern. Or you would have had players in. You would have had players in that could have a chance. Let's say a chance. Because as it stands, the squad isn't strong enough. If you look at the last game of the Champions League, we had youth players on the bench. That's how we're going to go into the game against Bayern, with youth players on the bench. We don't have a squad big enough now to give us all the players that we need. And we've got the squad big enough, but it's made up of youth players. And you don't get to the late stages of the Champions League bringing on Daniel Cummins and a couple of youth players and Dane Murray and stuff for the last 10, 15 minutes of a Champions League game. You do not get to the later stages of the Champions League doing that. And I think it's not Ings. It's Stevie. Danny Ings. They scored 1 goal this season and 1 goal last season. We ain't getting it shut. It's weaker. Lorna says, Kaiser, all this negativity is depressing. I don't think it's negativity. We give youth a chance. We give youth its chance. If we give youth its chance and we miss out on a treble, Celtic fans won't be happy. They won't be happy. They'll not forget that. They'll not forget that we sold out on a treble. And it's as simple as that. Celtic fans have done it before. Announced Terry Cassidy. Too many fans delusional. Too many fans delusional? Lots of entitled people tell me not to be happy. We should be delighted. Kaiser, are you saying that the squad being weaker, we're in a better place? Do you really think that the squad is in a better place? I don't think that the squad is in a better place. And that's just my opinion. I don't think that the squad is... I think the squad, when you look at the games that's coming up, no negativity, just facts. More business needed. Yeah, it is just facts. The starting 11 is fine, but the squad depth is poor. That's exactly. But with all those games coming up in this month, you're putting pressure on that starting 11. If we get two injuries, if we get an injury to Adam Ida, right? If you get an injury to Adam Ida in the next 2 weeks, you've got Cameron Carter-Vickers with his big toe, and you get an injury to, say we get 3 injuries, Callum McGregor, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and Adam Ida. We're gambling with a treble. The board are downsizing. Stand still. We'll continue. The zombies will catch up. Squad needs rotation, my God. It does need rotation, and that's the problem. Baz, can you message Anthony from Sky to see if we're buying one more player? I've already asked him. He's a bit busy. He keeps on putting that deal agreed on. Give me a second till I go into... Message them again. See if he comes back with anything. Let me just double check this. Arsenal. Chelsea 1, West Ham 1. Certain Celtic youth player will be looking at that, because that's where he's off to play. Deal agreed. Who's this? That's no. There is a poll running. There's been over 3,500 people on the live. There's only 293 votes for this one. With just an hour to go, has it been a good window? Yes, 11%, no, 45%, and pure shite man, 44%. So we could say that it's roughly about 90% say not a jot. Come on, Celtic sign. Baz, looks as if you're 11% of Huns in your channel tonight. That's more than it is. Because they've done and dusted their business. That's a simple fact. South Koreans have done and dusted their business for tonight. They have come out with a statement saying that they have concluded business for this evening. He might not even get that message if he's that busy. Oh, an hour and 26 minutes to go, Celtic. And still absolutely nothing from Bromby. One's going quiet. Good. And let's see, he's not posting anything. Since the Tierney one. Oh, Chelsea have just scored against West Ham. I mean, if we're trying to do business with West Ham, I mean, they're playing tonight against Chelsea, which I think's crazy. So you're not going to get anything done with West Ham, surely. I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah. Wings coming in from West Ham. The Celtic bus is owned by a Sevco fan. Who's Jeffrey Schlupp? He's a player that's coming in as left back. He's a player that's coming in as left back to put pressure on Greg Taylor for half a season. He's coming in on loan, but the problem is he's on a fantastic wage, so Celtic are having to pay out quite a lot in wages. West Brom have signed an attacking midfield player for 3.3 million. 21-year-old. Why aren't Celtic signing players at 21 for 3.3 million? And more to the point, why aren't we paying more to try and keep players at Celtic? Wait a minute. Watch that. Who's this? Bit of a shambles not getting a striker in, mate. Yep, it is that. Yep, it is that. Total shambles not getting a striker in. Jesus. That's the last thing I need to be reading. It's looking very, very, very right. Baz, take the jumper off. Joe's in a hurry. Joe who? What? I'm not even seeing all the comments. The board aren't playing. We need a striker, plus how many signings have Rangers made? I don't care about them. I think that going into the Champions League, it's a terrible way to end the window. Closed. No, it's not closed. And there's no speculation, not one jot of speculation. The only speculation is of Daniel William John Ings. Current market value is £7 million, €7 million. He was once valued at over €22 million. And he plays for West Ham. Now, West Ham are currently playing down in Chelsea. Unless Celtic are trying to do a deal now with West Ham because they are playing in London, it's an unbelievably late bit of business trying to get a striker in that, was he even on the bench tonight? I'm just trying to get information coming to Arsenal. No outs. No outs. Kieran Tierney is not leaving Arsenal. No, there's nothing happening at all with that. Kieran Tierney will not be coming to Celtic. Jesus. Dunfermline have signed a Leeds United centre back. What? What? Let's see what's happening. Who's this? No rushing to buy his third or fourth choice like Bangura's. Yeah, I know what you're saying, bro. We're not going to rush to try and bring in the Banguras of the world. We're definitely going to do that. 50 million plus Champions League money should have invested it back into the team. Mo Salah's been seen in the Gallagate. Mo Salah's been gaining the Gallagate. Won the Pars law. It's terrible when the only bit of information that's going about is with the Pars. You can take your roof off without immediately getting and putting on a new one. Called my roofing company for a few quotes. It's a Kyogo metaphor. Kyogo was good about 2 years ago. Forget about Kyogo, he's gone. He's 32. Danny's 32. Ings came on in the 77 minutes. So we're trying to get a player that's playing tonight. This is embarrassing by Celtic. It is embarrassing, says Paul. You said it as well. It's embarrassing by Celtic. If Celtic are in London, to try and do a deal with West Ham, who are down there, who are playing Chelsea tonight, that's leaving it late. Ings in swap deal for Cummins. It's unbelievable. We're getting worried about losing the league, worried about getting humped in the Champions League, Scottish Cup, and potentially the manager the next season. I think the implications of this window might go on for quite a little while. I think that everyone will be watching the body language of the Celtic manager and trying to look for any inclination that he and the Scottish media will jump all over this. The Scottish media will now, if we do not get a striker in, where's the football doctor? Kaiser, exactly. Where is this football doctor that was brought in? Messi's been saw in the Brazen Head. The rumour is by my drunk uncle's mate. Danny Dyer seen wiping his arse down London Road. I was running away. Ings get injured now, please. Is that game still live? It's 84 minutes in that game. What number is Ings? What number is he? Number 18. West Ham are getting beat 2-1. Where is he? Where is he on the pitch? I thought it came on. I mean, are we seriously waiting for this game to finish to then sign a player? That's just unbelievable if we are. Unbelievably naive by Celtic. Because trying to conclude a negotiation with less than an hour to go is poor by any means. This is a terrible game, isn't it? There he's there, just right in the centre. So he is on the pitch. Danny is on the pitch just now. I'm watching him just now. West Ham are defending. He's on the edge of the box. So the player that Celtic are trying to sign at this moment, the player that we are trying to sign is on the pitch at Chelsea at this very moment. He's on the pitch at this very moment. The striker that Celtic are trying to sign, Baz, Shamrock Rovers have sent in a loan request to Celtic. Have they? To get Kenny back. It wouldn't surprise me if they send them back. It wouldn't surprise me if they do send them back there. Shamrock Rovers have sent a move loan to Celtic. Yeah, Aidan, I'm just reading that. Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed? Because Celtic did say that they would wait. Big Ange helping us out and agreeing and giving his son. Right, where is this number 18? He's at the back of the box just now. Danny, let's see if you're worth your salt. He's coming in at the back post, the back of the box. There he's header down. He's now chasing ball back. He headed it down to a Chelsea player. Jesus, even I had more hair than him at that age. He's 32 and he's got a big ball bit. It's not happening. Baz, evening, we're all going on about these players. May end up with other players coming in. It's a rank rotten game. Yeah, I'm watching it. I mean, this is what they call the best league in the world. This is what they call the best league in the world. It's terrible. And if this is the best league in the world, Jesus, why do players leave Celtic to go and play this? If Danny's playing if he's a striker, he's not really playing the striker role. Is Chelsea going to make a change now? And the only reason I'm watching this is because it's a player that we have been named that is going to put an offer in for. Now, if you're putting an offer in for a player, Aberdeen have signed a player, a striker. Aberdeen have signed a Palestinian striker. Bring on Aberdeen, we love you. Aberdeen have signed a Palestinian striker. That's going to go down well. Oh, absolutely brilliant. Aberdeen have signed a Palestinian striker. Oh, brilliant. Can't make it up. Scottish football. The side stuff that goes on in Scottish football. Right, where's Danny now? He's just chipped the ball over. He's just headed the ball there. You can spot him because he's got a bald patch on the top of his head. I had more hair than that. He's not playing as their main striker, is he? The number 14 or the number 14 and the number there he's running in the middle of the box now. Oh, Jesus. On the sheep, Viduka owns a workshop in Croatia. Ask him to come back. Okay, Aberdeen buy him. We'll buy him off you in the summer. Yeah. Yeah, I hope the board, Paul, I hope the board get a lot of stick for the fans on Wednesday as well. Outside the top EPL is dreadful Baz. Yeah, David, I'm looking at that and I'm like, I mean, for all Chelsea ground's not even a nice ground. It's the players we have now will be superb and be more experienced next season. Jesus, says Big Des. And that's it. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. 7 minutes to go into this game. Now, if Celtic are trying to get this player, and I'm not overly convinced by him. I mean, he's playing more on the wing. He's playing on the wing rather than the striker. Aston Villa didn't look too shabby. Our scouting structure may be pure crap. I think it is. We should have took the 500k for Cummins since he's going to be free in the summer baths. I think that's why they're down there. I think that they're down to. Surely they must be at the game. If you're doing business with a team, and they're playing tonight, surely you're sitting. Brendan Rodgers is sitting, having discussions during the game. Surely they're not just sitting watching the game. Business still has to go on. 7 minutes to get injured and save us. Oh, Jesus. Hatate out in the summer, Maida in the summer, Kuhn in the summer. It's going to be some summer. Let me just do an update on this. Let me just check this. He's not even read that message. Celtic please do not tell me that Celtic have put all their eggs into one basket to a player that is still playing on the pitch, the game will finish with around just over an hour to conclude any deal. Never mind a medical. And your guy Danny doesn't look. I mean, he's not closing down quick enough for me. He doesn't play the Brendan Rodgers. I mean, well, West Ham maybe don't play that closing down type of football. I mean, Chelsea are just kicking the ball about now. They're not even. West Ham aren't even pressurising them. And we're trying to get this guy on. Baz, we don't want Ings. Well, it's the only piece of speculation that we've got to go on tonight. It's the only piece of speculation that we've got to go on. That Celtic are trying to get him, and Brendan Rodgers is down. Right, come on, lad. Let's see what you're made of here. Where is he? He's nowhere to be seen. He's not even in the picture. I thought he was a striker. There he's just coming into the box now, late on. And when I mean late, I mean late. Is the guy even fit? I hope you're not going for him. Jeez, if you're going for him, oh my goodness. He'll make Albion Ajeti look like a fucking Superman. He will make Albion Ajeti look like Superman. Been 519 votes, but there's been 5,000 people on the live tonight and only 519 votes. Just over an hour to go at that point. Has the wind been good? 12%. No, 50%. Pure shite man, 37%. And the main person that Celtic have been linked with is currently on the pitch. There's no other speculation at all. I can't believe Celtic are doing this to us. Mateus. Celtic suffer deadline day blow. You're no joking. You aren't kidding. Two minutes remaining in this game. The guy's got to get showered. He's got to do his warm down. It gives him roughly about half an hour if Celtic. If this is the guy that Celtic really want, it gives us half an hour. Can Ings do a high press and pressure opposition? No. Great Kev. No, he can't. I'm watching this game and he's not the type of player that would. He's not going to fit into the way that Celtic play. He wouldn't fit into the way Celtic, and I just hope to God that this isn't who we're going for. He's not getting close to players. It's maybe the West Ham way. They're doing Rodgers to Big Lowell, loving it. Ian Rush faster than Danny Ings. Yep. Ian Rush in a wheelchair. Estepona boy, Baz, watch out if he nicks the ref's pen. Oh man. I mean, then he's gone out to the wing. No, he's not. That's not even him. Oh, he just runs through there in the middle of the box. Said he was that late that he forgot where he was going. What if this is the guy? Serious, if we sign this guy tonight, my God. Can't say I'm surprised at what Celtic are doing to the fans. The board don't care about the fans, says Paul. Palestine, Aberdeen. Yep, Aberdeen have signed a Palestinian player. I don't know how many Palestine flags will be flying about in Aberdeen. That's it, the game's finished. Right, let's see if we can see Brendan Rodgers in the crowd. Hopefully Brendan Rodgers is sitting in the... Come on, we've got an hour and 3 minutes. And if that's the player that we're going for, Jesus. Oh, I'm getting a sore head. My goodness. Glasgow is tied with Bethlehem, West Bank and Palestine. Would get to be 4 more Palestine flags at more clubs. Oh, that's very cold. Ing is a finisher, but 32. No. Have we announced Jeff yet? We haven't announced it. Celtic haven't announced anything because our power brokers are currently sitting in the stand at Chelsea, allegedly. Sitting in the stands at Chelsea. And Celtic media have put out absolutely nothing. Celtic. I can't even see myself lasting another hour. 4 hours ago, 500 Callum. Callum looks back on some of his most important goals for Celtic in a Celtic TV exclusive. Here's number 1 goal. Match gallery, 5 hours ago. Jesus. West Ham managers and players is walking around the pitch. Walking around the pitch. Adam Ida, an injury away from Johnny Kenny leading the line at Bayern Munich away. Yep. I know. Oh, so that win puts Chelsea at the 4th. Nottingham Forest, look at them though. West Ham are down to 15th. And Celtic are still doing nothing in the transfer market. Celtic really need to get a finger out at this point. I mean, I hope that's not who we're signing. I really hope that we don't sign that guy, because announce Ronaldo. What's this Egypt doing? Is that meant to... I don't even know what that is. The West Ham players are still on the pitch. If you're signing for anybody, we're not signing him. No way. I cannot believe if that's who we're going to sign. That was a really poor end to a game. Coffee and ice, cornflakes. Might be Chelsea's player. Might be a Chelsea player. That's the only reason that you could think of Brendan Rodgers maybe being down there. But even though, if there's now 1 hour to go. There's 1 hour to go until the window closes. Why are you promoting Celtic cups of tea on your channel, Baz? Why not? Because I have a Celtic merchandise website as well. Where'd you go? Jason Quinn is Celtic's new centre forward. He would need to be. Time the interviews are done, no chance. Nah. It's not even that. I mean, if Celtic are signing anyone that was playing on that pitch tonight, if they're signing anyone that was on that pitch tonight, you know, it's a bit late in the day. It is a bit late in the day. Yeah, Aston Villa have signed a player tonight from Paris Saint-Germain. 59 minutes to go. 59. So we're in a situation with how much to play for in the league. Yeah, it is. I did say that. I said when you look at the players, we are 1 or 2 players away from a complete disaster at Celtic. 1 or 2 injuries away from complete disaster as it stands. And the inability of the board to get in a striker and a winger. We need another winger. Can we get to 21,000 subs tonight? I don't think so. Another 19 in an hour? I doubt that will happen. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. Is that a player at the Chelsea ground? Nah, nobody could get in there. Nobody could get changed and in the back of a car that fast. Right, wait a minute. Rob Holding, Crystal Palace, nothing to do with Celtic. Who's this? It's texting, messaging. Schlupp is doing his medical. He's done his medical down in London. If that's the only reason that we're down in London, the Manchester United left back is on loan. Celtic are going to run this right down to the wire tonight. Right down to the wire. It's unbelievable. Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe to be announced in the last hour. We dirty DOB Arteta holding up KT. Do us a favour. Danny Ings set to move. Well, he's currently, if Danny is set to move, he's the only place he's moving is in the shower. He's the only place he's moving to is the shower, because he's just walked off the pitch at Chelsea. So if Celtic are seriously going to sign a player that I was not impressed by for the last 20 minutes of that game, if that is the player we are going for, What a disappointing window. I'm selling Kyogo for that guy. Selling Kyogo for that guy. Let's see if we can get an update from. Aston. There's some funny deals going on in Celtic and nowhere. Jesus, 55 minutes to go. Fans deserve better, says Gordon. They do that. They do deserve better, but I think it's a case of it's hard for Celtic at this point. At this point in the window, I think that Celtic have been done over. I think when you look back at the start of the window, and one of the first names that we were seriously linked with was Raul coming out of Spain. He goes down injured when Celtic had made an inquiry about him. Now, as it transpires, we then went on and get Jota. So was that a bad thing, or was he going to be a replacement for Yang? Brendan Rodgers did say that he wanted to get in a winger with Palma going out, but when you bring in Nico, when you bring into the equation that Nico Kuhn might get sold in the summer, bringing Jota back was obviously to fill that gap that may happen in the summer. Celtic will announce Rod Stewart. Diego Costa is free. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh my goodness. 54 minutes to go. I'm off to bed. General hope we'll get up and we haven't signed anyone. We've screwed this window. Not surprised. I'm thinking about calling it a night as well. I'm sick of this, but I'm hoping and waiting that we get some kind of notification. Crystal Palace. Jeffrey has completed his medical with Celtic, and he's on loan with Celtic until the end of the season. So he has completed his medical, and he'll be on loan with Celtic until the end of the season. If that's the only bit of business we do, this is a bad window. This is a bad window. We're losing so many players. The squad is down to a really. We're only at 2 or 3 injuries, and let's face it, we've had not a bad season when it comes to injuries. We've had not a not bad season. Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. There's 1,000 people online. Of course, I'm going to stick with it. Thank you for that, Angling Ayrshire. I've got an early airport run in the morning, but that's fine. That's fine. The board are trying to buy players. Yeah, they're the biggest laugh as the supporters. Yep. No matter who we signed, Ricky Fulton to be announced. Garnacho to Chelsea. Maybe could be a Chelsea player. If Garnacho is leaving Man United, they go to Chelsea. If it's really Dutch league is open until tomorrow, nah. The Scottish one closes tonight. Snoop Dogg is signed for Celtic. I wish he had bought Celtic. We used to do well in Europe with the squad size, about 18 players. Yeah, but that's when we had good players, a good 18 players. You're saying that Yang's a good player? Lord Lucan's at Parkhead. Garnacho's staying at United. There you go. It could be another carton, yeah. Oh. Come on, Celtic, do something. Surely there has to be an update rather than... Read your messages, mate. Hope Lawwell's flight gets cancelled. The thing is, I don't think that Celtic will come out and say that their business is concluded for the night. I think Celtic will let the clock tick by without. You know what they're like. They would put out something tomorrow saying that it's been a difficult window. The realisation of letting Kyogo leave without a replacement in the door is now hitting fans home. The challenge for Adam Ida is now to make sure that he stays fit until the end of the season. And when it comes to it, Brendan Rodgers only has Johnny Kenny. Now, there was one of the Irish guys, I think it was, saying that Shamrock Rovers have put in a request to get Johnny Kenny back on loan. I don't know how that will work, but you never know. I'd rather they do no more signings than... I don't think they're even going to buy Ings. I think they were just loaning them. We announced our summer signings late. Yeah, but there was an indication that might happen. There was an indication that those deals may happen. There's no indication that anything is happening. Middlesbrough beat Sunderland, yes. Oh, Yankee Wrens for 85 pence. Good piece of business. There we go, Ewan Boy Martin. Let's make Battis happy with 21,000 subs tonight. That would be one console. Oh, we're 8 away. We're 8 away. We're 8 away. We're 7 away. 7 away. Can we do this? We need to get... Wait a minute. We need to get the subscriber count. It's not updated on the thing. Why is it not updated on the screen? Oh, it has. Eight away. 7 away. Oh... Right, we need 5. We need 5. Can we get 5 subscribers? There's quite a lot of people on. There's over 1,162. 1,162 on this live. 48 minutes to go, and Celtic still haven't announced a striker. And I need 2 subscribers. I need 1 subscriber. Come on, just subscribe. Just make it the 20. Yes! I've got to be quiet. Folk are in their bed. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that. 21,013. What is going on, man? This is brilliant. It's 21,016, 17, 18. This has to be some kind of fix. It never goes up that quick. Yes, we've done it. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. That's made my night more than anything. That's made the night more than anything. We've done it. I did say, can we get to 21,000 before the transfer window shuts? I've no idea. There's been over 6,600 people on the live tonight. So hopefully that's people just sitting waiting, and it's absolutely fantastic that it's happened. Absolutely fantastic that it's happened. God. A lot of people just sitting on the sidelines waiting. Jesus. Well done, Lord. Chill pill. More happening on your channel, Baz, than Celtic. Yep. Baz B 25k before we get in a striker. Oh, don't say that. That means we're not getting a striker in tonight. We're not getting a striker. I think that we're all going to be end up really, really disappointed. If it's the only player that if Jeffrey is the only player, 32-year-old Jeffrey, set to join Celtic on loan until the end of the season. Without the end of the season. Lawwell tightening the purse strings in the window. No point having all this money in the bank if we're not spending it. When it comes to the vote, I'll leave the vote going. There's still 45 minutes to go. Come on, Celtic, you need to do something. Thank you, Brian. Well deserved, Baz. Thank you for that. Baz, go back a minute. Go back a minute. There must have been a lot of folks sitting on the fence for it to jump up like that. But thank you to everyone that has just subscribed. That was pretty mad. That was quite mad. It's another disgrace, the window. Well done, Baz. At least we've got something over the line tonight. Yes, we did that. We got something. And Jeff is a done deal. Jeff. Lawwell's a clown, millions to spend, yet miserable. Haven't had a drink in over 2 years. Now that I'm thinking about it, says Brian. Jesus, I'm thinking about opening a bottle of wine. My phone buzz. We got Jota in left back. I'm okay with that. But Chilwell, we're weak in what's Andy Carroll up to. I wonder if there'll be. Is anyone at Celtic Park? Is anyone at Celtic Park? Paul Baird says, everyone at the start of the day would be lucky if we brought in 2 loan deals. We'd be lucky. Only 3-month loan. Yeah. The manager can't say the squad improved over the window. No, he can't. At this point, he can't. It's utter criminal. Utter criminal. But all the Rangers have done today is come out and said that they've signed a Dundee player on a pre-contract agreement. Oh, this is getting worse. It's getting worse. Yep. Shamrock Rovers eager to sign Johnny Kenny. That was mentioned earlier. Shamrock Rovers want Johnny Kenny back on loan. They need to finalise the deal by midnight on Thursday to have him eligible to face Mulder for an up-and-coming European tie. So, Shamrock Rovers still retain hope of bringing Johnny Kenny back for another loan spell. Would need to be signed by midnight on Thursday to play in the Europe game. It's been considered. He can't go anywhere else under UEFA rules. He can't go anywhere else on loan because he's played for Celtic, Johnny Kenny, and Shamrock Rovers this season. Holy shit. That's all we need. That's all we need. Jesus, it just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? I mean, if we lose Johnny Kenny now, it's just getting worse. It's like watching a horror movie. Tell me about it. It's like watching a horror movie that's just got to 21,000 subscribers. Bizarre, but good at the same time. Good. Brendan Rodgers will tell the board they can wait and spin. Any news on Lennon Miller? That was knocked on the head earlier this evening. It was knocked on the head earlier this evening, saying that he's not going, he's not leaving. Motherwell said that he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Bed at 11, Downer, what Celtic are doing, says Liz. I think it's terrible what Celtic are doing, but wait for the shite that comes out tomorrow, yeah. Want to recap on what's happening. Andy, recap on what's happening so far. We've nothing. Pretty much nothing. We've got Jeffrey Schlupp in on loan, 32-year-old until the end of the season. We were after, well, it's been speculated that we were after a player that was playing tonight, and he just came off the pitch 22 minutes ago. 22 minutes ago, and if it is Daniel's son, if it is Daniel, I'm not overly impressed with the player that we have been linked with, and if it is him. And other than that, Peter Lawwell and Brendan Rodgers are down in London. There's speculation that they could have been at the Chelsea-West Ham game, which gives them around about 39 minutes. Because you're thinking 20 minutes after a game, the players will just be coming out of the dressing rooms just now, 20 minutes after the game, to try and get a player that's just came off the pitch, 20 minutes ago. Johnny Kenny is going back, Liz says. I wait to feed the cats and then watch the rest of this. Ings is so bad. Yeah. I hope that Danny doesn't come, because I wasn't overly impressed with him. I don't think that we could buy. Don't worry, buy your tickets. Yeah, that's what Celtic have put out today. I mean, all Celtic have got on their website is buy 24 hour less for season ticket holders to buy your Celtic Bayern Munich tickets. Adult £46, concessions $36, under 13s $32. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Under 13s, they're charging them £32. Season ticket holders have until 2 p.m. on the 4th of February to buy your tickets for the Champions League. I could see this a game where going into the Champions League and there's about 10,000 empty seats. UEFA relocation requirements. That was the last piece of news that Celtic put out. And there has been absolutely no other updates. This is unreal. This is unreal. This has to be one of the worst, if not the worst, transfer window ever for Celtic. If we bring in no striker, Celtic Park should be empty next game. Deadline disaster. There's the head. There's the. If we do not bring a striker, but Kenny can't play in Europe. Exactly, he can't play for us in Europe. So Ings must have agreed a deal early on. Celtic are a joke. By the summer, we'll have 100 million in the bank. Celtic will have 100 million in the bank already, because you get a lot of the forwards payments. You get a lot of the forwards payments for the Champions League. Ian Aberdeen is away to buy a few Palestine flags. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? Because Aberdeen have tonight signed a Palestine player. They have, and Celtic play, and this is the good bit. Celtic play Aberdeen. Here's the fixtures. Celtic play Aberdeen on the 25th of February. Celtic do play Aberdeen on the 25th of February, so it'll be interesting to see the Palestinian player that Aberdeen have brought in play for Aberdeen at Celtic Park. And people will be keeping an eye on him. Get Shankland. Oh, don't say get Shankland, Jesus. Breaking news, Jimmy Bell signs for Celtic for a fee of £66. Going to put you on sleep timer, Baz. Hopefully get a striker before I doze off. Cheers for that, Lubo. Thanks. Cheers for that. How many people subscribed on their phones to get to the 21k? There must have been quite a few, because it jumped up quite a lot for me to get to the 21k. So thank you everybody who did. Thank you everybody who did subscribe tonight, because you got us over that 21,000. And if there's been anything momentous that's happened tonight, even though Celtic have let us down, Baz doing well, filling empties with waffle. Sevco is real. The emptiness with waffle. Oh, Jesus. The emptiness is Scottish football. Yeah, it is. The emptiness of, yep, doing nothing really tonight, have we? But it is what it is. I would rather be in our position at the top of the league than anything else. Well done, Bass, says Liam. Let's hope the stadium is full of Palestine flags when the Aberdeen game is played. Yeah, that would be something else. Chelsea 2, West Ham 1 was an earlier result. Johnny Kenny can play for us in Europe if we use him as one of the 3 changes. Yeah, that's we're going to do that. We're going to put him back out on loan. Jota and Jeffrey. All we need is Bungle. Oh man, everyone dance now, says Anton Rogan's left foot. 21,000 before 11. Yes, we did it. We did 21,000. We'll get Willow Flood in. What's worse, we did 21,000 before the end of the window, which is absolutely fantastic. What are Celtic doing, throwing this away? They're not throwing anything away as yet. They're not throwing anything away. But what is happening is the fact that Celtic are letting the fans down badly. They are letting the fans down bad. The fans, for the last couple of seasons, Celtic have backed the club with massive numbers, and I don't mean just people filling the stadium. I mean people buying merchandise. We've spent more rid of the dent with pointless signings, weaker in certain areas, therefore a huge minus. Yep, it is. We've got rid of Deadwood. Yeah, we did. Huns will catch up with us again and we'll lose Rodgers again. Neil Lennon back in a season or two. Seen it all before. Don't say that. Don't say that. Think positive. Burger van pulling up outside Celtic Park. Something's happening. There is not. Is anybody at Celtic Park? Can anybody confirm that there's even lights on at Celtic Park? Let me just... oh, no. Usually you get somebody that's driving past Celtic Park will post a picture. Latest. Could you imagine? Celtic Park on Wednesday night if we don't sign a new striker and lose 1-0 to Dundee. Don't say things like that. Aberdeen FC. Palestinian and international striker has joined the Dons on loan from Belgium club. Is this an update? Try looking at the positive. We've no wasted cash on pish or signed 4 projects. This is true. Yeah, try and look at the positives. We've no wasted cash on any project signings or poor pish players. Oh man, this is so slow. Right, should we end? If we get this, we need just under. We need 70 votes. And once it goes to 1,000 votes, and then we'll close that poll down. Boyd looks raging. Late shift on Sky. No cover. Few injuries, and we're up shit creek. Yes, we are up shit creek, and I've been saying this for a while now. When you look at the games that we do have coming up, it's imperative that we got players in for the squad. And as it stands, the squad is really weak. I mean, the only position that you could really have any faith in just now is the goalkeeping positions. We've been lucky with injuries this season. We haven't really had, apart from James Forrest, we haven't had anyone out on a long-term injury. There's been a little bit lack of hamstrings and calf issues. We've had Cameron Carter-Vickers with his big toe, but when we have let out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players out on loan. Now, Lewis Palmer, bench player all day long, but he was an important player to the squad. Gustav Lagerbielke's been away because he wasn't going to get any game time. Stephen Welsh, squad player for the Champions League, the Scottish contingent for the Champions League. We've now lost Daniel Cummins as well, who looks as if he's on his way out the door. Well, he is on his way out the door. That deal was agreed, but Celtic decided not. There is one thing that we've not thought about. Johnny Kenny could go back to Shamrock Rovers on loan, and then we keep Daniel Cummins in the first team squad till the end of the season as backup striker. It's unbelievable. Man City just spent 150 million and we were trying to compete with that. Yeah. 28 minutes to go, and Celtic have done. Oh, this is great. Aberdeen signing a Palestine player. Love this. Absolutely love it. Anthony Joseph just reposted. That was brilliant. Read your messages. Jesus. Folk don't read their messages. Too busy working. 27 minutes to go. Trust is a donkey. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process is a thing that's came out with Celtic fans for quite a while. Do we still trust the process when it comes to what is the process? What is the process? Brendan's a Schlupp taker, Baz. What is the process? What is the process? Have we got over 1,000 votes yet? No, we haven't. 962, 963. I mean, what is the process with Celtic? The league is not one. People need to wake up, says AJ 1888. It's not one. It's not one. We get a couple of injuries, and the team the other side of Glasgow will be able to smell blood. We'll be able to smell blood, and you know, it's Aberdeen sign a striker. Yep. Leeds is not mathematically over. We're favourites, but it's not guaranteed. Injuries can happen, weaken the team. It's a gamble. It is a gamble. I'm off Baz, catch you in the morning, says Joseph. Thank you for watching tonight, everyone that has watched and is heading off to bed. Linked with a Dutch Manchester United striker, the Salford Van Hire. Yeah, Salford Van Hire. Kilmarnock have signed a Leicester City centre back. Celtic are sitting, doing absolutely nothing. Jesus, come on, Celtic. What is the NFL doing playing in... Jesus, God. There is absolutely... Another Celtic striker could leave in deadline day scramble, fresh twist. That's the Daily Record just caught on to the Johnny Kenny story. So, Johnny Kenny recently returned to Parkhead following a successful deal with Shamrock Rovers, but he could be on the move back to Shamrock Rovers. Yeah, we all know that one. Catch up, Daily Record. Catch up. Daniel put anything else out? It's a clear, right, 20 minutes ago, there's breaking news coming with the Johnny Kenny one. Celtic want to keep Johnny Kenny at Celtic. Celtic want to keep Johnny Kenny at Celtic. That's coming out of Ireland. That's coming out with Daniel McDonnell, who is the guy who broke the story about Shamrock Rovers wanting to bring Johnny Kenny back to Shamrock Rovers. So this sparked a reaction. Several well-placed sources have been in touch to say the legal brief exists that Kenny could move to another club. There was an interest, a different view existed from the Irish side, but it seems though a clear plan, he stays at Celtic for now. So Johnny Kenny, although the Daily Record have just put out their story, the noise, the coming from the source that broke the story originally, Johnny Kenny will be staying at Celtic tonight and till the end of the season. So that's a good bit of news. A good bit of news. It's not fantastic, but it's as good as what we've had tonight. So that is a good bit of breaking news. Sources. So that's sources close to the club have come out and said to Daniel McDonnell that the clear plan is he stays at Celtic. So Johnny Kenny will be staying at Celtic. So there's one bit of good news. Jesus, the comment section's flying. Keep things away, good. Yes, means no other striker. Is that going to be the one and only striker? I'm not too sure. But Johnny Kenny is staying at Celtic, which is, as far as I'm concerned, it is a little bit of good news. So regardless of what the Daily Record have just put out, I'm going to update the lower text because I'll never update that all night. So Johnny Kenny is to stay at Celtic. So that is one bit of breaking news that's coming out of sources close to both camps, Shamrock Rovers and Celtic. So that is one bit of good news tonight so far. Oh, we're over 1,000 votes and I haven't shut that poll down. I will leave it going. With just, we should change the poll to with just minutes to go. Minutes to go. We are on 22 minutes left in the transfer window. Johnny Kenny, woohoo. Yep. But if Johnny Kenny was to have went out on loan, the Daily Rancid, is that. Might be Adam either to Arsenal. Too late, let's face it. Should have been in the door before Kyogo left. Yeah, it should have. A striker should have. Just sparked my last Budweiser in the honour of Baz. Cheers, Big Des. Cheers. Cheers to you and everyone that has subscribed tonight. It's been a epic 1 hour and 50 minutes that I've been on so far. Look on the bright side, Kenny could end up being fantastic. He could be. It could be. He could. But I was impressed with Johnny Kenny when he came on. He had his part to play in the goal in that game that he played. And I think that now, if he is our main backup striker, if Johnny Kenny is our main backup striker, we need to back him. And Brendan Rodgers needs to give him some time. Is Maida in front then? I don't think so, because that would leave us weak on the wing. I mean, with only 20 minutes to go, I mean, we can go over the Celtic team as it stands just now. And I've always said, if you play Adam Ida as the lone striker, and then have Dyson Maida on the bench, right, it leaves you short of one winger. Because if Dyson Maida comes on for Adam Ida in the 75th minute, you've got Jota and Kuhn on the wing. If they two start to tire, because they will do the games that's coming up, Jota's not 100% match fit. You bring on Yang, you've then no other striker. You've no other winger to bring on as a winger. So we would have to bring in at least another winger. But we have just signed a player who can play left wing. We have just signed a player that can play left wing as well as left back. So is Brendan Rodgers really throwing all his eggs into the one basket? I'd rather keep Kenny than sign. I'd rather keep Kenny than sign that Danny from 50 plus 1 as soon as possible. James Forrest is still injured. He's you think about it. James Forrest has just coming back from injury. He was going to be out for 6 weeks. It's going to take him about another 3 weeks to get up to speed, and then he needs to get his match fitness back. He's going to be there for the running. James Forrest is going to be there for the running. He's not going to be there. You know, they think that the Motherwell sign a goalkeeper, St Mirren sign a defender. 18 minutes. 18 minutes. Yeah, James will be back 6 weeks. If you go back December, he should be back in about the next week or two. He should be back a bit in training. I don't know how far he is away from training for the Schlupp can play left wing. Yeah, but it also leaves us short on the left back position. So you're bringing in a player that can play left back or left wing. It gives you that cover for both positions. Understand that. I'm at a beach in New Jersey waiting on some earth-shattering news. It's bitter cold. I'd rather be on the beach in New Jersey. Right, let's just do another update. There is one more update coming. Aberdeen are closing in on the loan for another player from PSV. Wow, I tell you one thing, Aberdeen have been more prolific tonight than Celtic in the transfer window. Aberdeen are bringing in another player from PSV. That's unbelievable. You've got hats off to Aberdeen for backing their manager. There would have been many Aberdeen managers would have got the sack by now. It's coming. I feel it in my water. I hope something's coming. Everyone is signed except the Celtic bar, Jota and KT. I'm sensing a striker, a really good one. Are you? Celtic girl is in the house. The party's over. Jesus, the party's over. The party's not over. There's no pyro went off yet. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. With just the poll is still going. There's been over 1,000 votes, which is a shame because there's been 9,600 people on the live all night, and there's only been 1,058 votes. But I did ask just over an hour ago. I said with just over an hour, has it been a good window? Yes, 13%. No, 51%, and it's pure shite, man. 36%. If you haven't voted, please vote. Aberdeen have been... I mean, in the last hour, Aberdeen have signed 2 players. They're about to sign a player. Another player. Oh, come on, Celtic. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Let me just double check this. I'll tell you one thing, fair play to the Celtic fans, because they have been out there in numbers tonight. They have been out there in numbers watching the channel. I'm just going to listen to something. Give me 2 seconds, just make sure. That's fine. Fair play. Is it a deflated feeling today? Are you feeling deflated? Are you feeling totally underwhelmed? Underwhelmed or deflated? Big Ange is one man for the Asia market. Could you need that job soon? Yep. Piss take at this stage. Ange, Celtic spend money. Glasgow's Green and White says there's a pattern going on at Celtic. Yeah, there is. Baz, read Kevin Morgan post. That'll give you a boost. Kevin Morgan, where's that one? Is that a comment on here? I can't see it. Kevin Morgan, guys, someone with rep has just entered the main doors of paradise. Kevin, are you at Celtic Park? Someone with reps has just entered the main door. Kevin, post again. Kevin, if you're on Twitter, post it on Twitter and tag me on Twitter. Someone just going in the doors, which means it would have to be someone Scottish. And are we really about to sign a Scottish? Are we really about to sign someone Scottish? Tag me on Twitter if you're on that. Could be doing with the battering ram up front. No man, Ange wouldn't come back. Ange says he wouldn't. Kev says he's security. Oh. I think you're going to be right. Rodgers will go with what we've got at the next press conference. Yep, I said that the other day. Murray from Dundee. Nah, you don't want him. You don't want him. And let me just double check notifications. Hey. Let's see what the Palestinian player has to say to it.
Hi Aberdeen fans, so excited to get started and to meet everyone. See you soon. Hi Aberdeen fans, so excited to get started and to meet everyone. See you soon.
Free Palestine will get sung out. Free Palestine. That's Aberdeen. I've just posted that 48 minutes ago. That's not the notification that I really want to be seen. That's not what I want to see. Come on, we need to get some information. Is anyone at Celtic Park at all? Lennon Miller? I call it bullshit. Yeah, I don't think it's. Trust the club, troops. Trust the club, says Des. Lepers don't change their spots, hail, hail. So it's a striker and a winger. Apparently, Jimmy Thielen Shepherd won Palestine over, telling him hail, hail, don't rate Shanklin. Nobody rates Shanklin, but it is what it is. Timo Pukki, SOS. Didn't waste money. It's confirmed, Jamie Vardy. No, it's not. It is not confirmed. It's not Jamie Vardy. We have 11 minutes. 11 minutes to go. 11 minutes. And Celtic have not done a thing. Celtic have not done a thing. Not a thing. Oh, this isn't the news that you wanted to hear, but I'm just waiting. Right. It's as long as documentation has been signed within the next 10 minutes by both club and the player, both clubs and the player, and then they can sign a deal sheet and submit that. We've got 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes to go in the transfer window. If Celtic and whoever they are trying to sign down in London, if they are trying to sign anyone down in London, it's a case of they have to sign an intent to do the deal sheet so that they can prove that the deal was on the cards before 11 p.m. Before 11 p.m. And then the deal can still be concluded afterwards, which means the likes of medical and stuff. At least Kenny's not going anywhere. Yeah, at least Kenny's not going anywhere. Sky Swim's Doomsday Clock Countdown. Yeah, it is the Doomsday Clock Countdown, isn't it? Let me just see if there's a notification. This has to be the worst end to a deadline day ever. See, there's now a load of the Celtic blogs. Europa Conference League set to make late transfer deadline day low, and that's Hail Hail 67 is now coming out. Just hang off rather than, people go gung ho into I did it earlier. But I mean, the story's now completely changed. The Wicklow People's coming out with that. There's quite a few other publications. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 publications that I could find so far coming out with the Johnny Kenny story. That he... Right, wait a minute, because who's... West Ham. Hearing from West Ham boss now. You never know. West Ham boss is saying nothing. You never know what happened. West Ham boss is saying nothing. He says, we'll see. We'll see. This is how shocking it is, and I'm not shocked. Yep, it's unbelievable. So the West Ham boss is saying nothing when he was interviewed, and that was probably around about 40 minutes ago now. He was interviewed. So glad we still have Taylor. So glad we still have Taylor. I'm not sure if that's Crystal Palace has completed his medical on loan till the end of the season. So as it stands today, we've brought in a loan player, a 32-year-old loan player, until the end of the season. And that is it. Let me just get this.
On loan until the end. At the same time, it looks like Jeffrey Schlupp is close to joining Celtic on loan until the end.
That's a done deal. So why are you reposting that? That's a done deal. He's passed his medical. But Celtic have still to put anything out. Go get the list of free agents. Oh dear, go and get the list of free agents, said someone. Yeah, go and get the list of free agents. And that's where we're at just now. And Celtic haven't put anything out apart from 5 hours ago. 5 hours ago. Yet something momentous did happen tonight. Something momentous did happen. If you look at that number up there, I wanted to get to 21,000 before the end of the transfer window. With only 5 minutes to go on the transfer window deadline day, we've done it. We've managed to amass over 21,000 subscribers. A round of applause to everyone involved in the channel. Is absolutely fantastic. As it stands at this very moment, Celtic are bringing in one player and one player only. And transfer deadline day, there was speculation, and there is speculation in a lot of the Scottish media at this moment saying that Johnny Kenny is subject to a loan move back to Shamrock Rovers. But the guy that broke the story out of Ireland has updated and said that Celtic want to keep Johnny Kenny. Yang signs a contract in McDonald's. Yep, couldn't get Celtic news earlier like this. Couldn't get into Celtic news earlier like they are updating. Well done, Baz. Appreciate it. Thank you. We're still going yet. We do have over 4 minutes to go. We'll stay on a couple of minutes after just to try and see if they can get anything to come out of Celtic. Made money in this window as usual. Yes, it's a sad fact that we've came out this window financially better off. And I think when that happens, the fans sometimes sit and go, do you know, is it really worth it? Sarah says, sack the board. Plenty of time, settles, plenty of time. We have to have a signed paper contract by both club and a player within the next 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It's not happening. Keegan Kenny is a huge story for me, Baz. He's an out player, yep. The board can get to. There's been over 1,167 votes with minutes to go. 3 minutes. The doomsday clock is unbelievable. I don't know what to be really feeling at this moment. I don't know if it's a bit of, I don't want to say disappointed because I think we're past disappointed. Boil an egg. Get the fireworks license sorted at Celtic Park. The club can organise the pyro. Good at making money and buying players. They're even better at it. Yeah, not buying players. Night Baz says, Stephen, people are just not drop. Don't drop off. It's not done yet. We've still got 2 minutes to go. Over 2 minutes. It's still 2 minutes. Is there any indication? There's not even a sniff. Now, if you remember back to the summer transfer window, we managed to get in Luke McCowan. We kind of knew that the Luke McCowan one was happening at this point, even though Celtic didn't really announce it until just after the deadline. But there's no sign of anything happening at Celtic Park. and there's no one at Celtic Park. How can we go from having such a good transfer policy to having this? It's a shocker. It is a shocker. It's extended till midnight. Good job they put in the Munich tickets on sale before. That's all, folks. So Kev, the security guy. So much for Kev, the security guy. Yeah. Deals could be done, just a secret, but I have doubts. I don't think so. There's a minute left. It's done and dusted. No incoming striker. This will not sit well with Brendan. I think it's going to sit well with. Sorry, Rogers is Desmond's puppet. As a shambolic. In Australia, need to get to work. Let's keep supporting the boys and the gaffer. I think that it's not time to say it, but let's get to tomorrow and the window's closed. That's it. It's done. That's it. Unless Celtic have put in paperwork to say that they were in negotiations and concluding a deal for a player, unless they have put in that paperwork, they can now say, but it is very, very difficult to say that the window's closed. The window is closed. Celtic haven't put out that they've concluded business. They haven't let anybody know, but that's the Celtic way. Celtics generally don't tell people tell the media when people have left. I think that it's a very, very difficult night for Celtic fans to take in. We have lost Kyogo during this window, and we, as it stands just now, we have brought no one in. I think that there'll be a lot of Celtic fans will let it be known. We have a game on Wednesday evening. And there's no better time. There is no better time. People need to stop and look at what's happened at this transfer window. The Green Brigade, I'm sure, will put out some kind of banner putting out their disapproval. They might even bring out the old banner from falling asleep at the steering wheel, the one that was brought out years ago. They may resurrect that banner. Celtic are at home on Wednesday to Dundee at 7:45 kickoff, and I'm sure that many of the fans, when the Jeffrey announced, I don't think it really matters that Celtic website's not updating. Yeah, welcome to Celtic, Jeffrey Schlupp. Wow, is that it? Welcome to Celtic, Jeffrey Schlupp. Unbelievable. So Celtic have just put out welcome to Jeffrey, and I'm going to read out some of the comments. Welcome, mate. Any more tonight? Good for you, Celtic. Actual player called Jeff. Welcome, but F me, lads. Where's the striker? Celtic fans fuming before he's even kicked the ball. Yeah, pretty much. F off. Welcome, but this is the shambles of a window. Terrible transfer window. Utterly unacceptable to have Taylor as our number one left back for the rest of the season. Kieran says that the club's at it again. Rhythm is a dancer. Jeff Schlupp is the answer. Rhythm is a dancer, Jeff Schlupp is the answer, yeah, obviously. Hope your poor boy doesn't look at these comments. No striker, absolutely useless. Sack the board. You knew that they were going to happen soon. Welcome, couldn't even announce it before 11. Welcome to Scotland's most successful club. And good luck in the comments section. Brace yourself. Unbelievable that Celtic waited to the very last minute to put that out. It's been deal done and dusted for a while. I really have DJ Jazzy Jeff will save us. That's what I'm calling him. .com for DJ Jazzy Jeff. He's a cracking DJ. You know your music. Jazzy Jeff is going to save us. Jazzy Jeff is going to save us. When you look at it, it's been a very difficult night. Celtic have made one announcement and one announcement only. On that note, I'm going to finish the video up, and I will be live tomorrow morning. I've got to go for the airport for 9, so yeah, I should be back for that. But we'll do a live in the morning. Unacceptable, yeah, I know, mate. It's unacceptable. It is utter rubbish. I'm going to ask you, thanks for your comments and thanks for all the comments to everyone. Love It says the board are winning the league for taking granted. Yep, maybe odds on Edward. Well, Gerrard don't buy cups. Paul Baird says not a little one but surprised at what's come off today in the transfer window. Thanks for that tonight. Guys says Stevie Boy, cheers. Good night, everyone. Anthony Stokes spotted in Wimpy. I think Anthony Stokes would even get a game for Celtic tonight. There's only one good thing that really happened to Celtic tonight, and that's happened to this channel. We've got 21,068 subscribers. We did hit that. My throat is gone. The missus is in bed. The family are all in bed. I'm going to get off, and I think I need a drink to just get me over the unbelievable. The unbelievable. It's the only way. The only thing to say. Baz, your clock is 5 minutes slow. And I know it's 23. Is it? No, it's not. It's spot on. 22:06. Anyway, thank you to the 11,455 people that have watched the video tonight. There's 1,114 still on at this moment. I tell you, if every live was like this, it would be fantastic. Have a fantastic evening. Go to bed. Get a good night's sleep. We'll wake up tomorrow, and hopefully Celtic might have some answers. I very much doubt it, but we live to fight another day. That's it. Wait a minute. They're live at Celtic Park. They're live at Celtic Park just now. They're live at Celtic Park right now. Oh God. Brendan Rodgers says he's delighted to bring Jeffrey to the club, according to Sky Sports. Sky Sports are live in Celtic Park right now. They're live at... Is that it? Oh. 9 o'clock Celtic Park time. 9 o'clock Celtic Park time. The Celtic haven't said that it's done and dusted, but I think it is. And on that note, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world. What a night. 21,000. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the